So while we practice, we often have these voices that come and they tell us things, they give us feedback, and sometimes the voices can be very mean. Sometimes the voices can say, "Oh, you idiot, you made a mistake again. Oh, why can't you play this? Why can't you get this right? Why do you sound so bad?" And so these negative voices can be very hard to control. We don't invite the negative voices into our practice actively. We don't open the door and say, "Hey, come inside, practice time. I'm ready to hear what you have to say." But the negative voices come in of their own accord. They gate crash our practice party. And so because we can't control these negative voices, we need to start noticing when they creep in. And something that can be really helpful is if you find one of these negative voices interjecting in your practice, write down what it says. And then maybe when you see it written on the paper, you will think, well, that's kind of a bit stupid. What a bully. What kind of person would say that? That's not even true. I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. If I talked to someone like that, I would never talk to someone like that. But the reality is you are talking to yourself like that. So sometimes by putting these voices down on paper and seeing them objectively for what they are, that bully inside us that is not helpful. It's not helping our journey towards our music goals. It's really just making us feel bad. So you could even write a right of reply to this negative voice. You could tell it that it's a bully and that you don't believe anything it says, or you could give it all the reasons why you are not an idiot, you are not stupid, you are not a bad player. You could list all of the achievements that are the kind of contra evidence to its claim that you are a terrible player. So I think if we can engage a little bit with these voices, hopefully we give them less power in our practice, and we can hopefully invite in more of the positive voices. These are the people we want to come to our practice party. We definitely want to invite the voices that say, "Oh, great, try again, and this time try and concentrate on that bar where you made that little mistake," or "That was great, for the first time you got through that bar without making a mistake. Maybe the rhythm was a bit off, but you got through that section that you kept stumbling over. So good job." So these are the voices we want to invite into our practice party. We want to banish all of those negative bullies. We don't want them. They're not invited. We're going to shut the door on those guys. Hi, I'm Erica. I am a musician and music teacher, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more practice tips, motivation and inspiration. And also share this video with any friends who are also practicing music. And finally, if you like, you can stick around for a short meditation at the end of this video to prepare you for a great day's practice. So happy practicing, and I'll see you next time. Bye. So let's just take some time to prepare the body and the mind for practice. Take out your instrument, books, music, whatever you need for your practice today, and then spend a few moments making the space comfortable. And when you're ready, coming to a place of stillness, you can stand or sit with your instrument, and then with the next exhale, gently closing the eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice where in the body you feel that breath moving. The nose, the throat, chest, diaphragm. Where you feel the rise of each inhale and the fall of each exhale. And now you can begin to count each breath. 1 with the inhale, 2 with the exhale, 3 inhale, 4 exhale. Just up to a count of 10, then returning back to 1 again. And if any thoughts appear in the mind, simply noting, thinking, or any feelings, noting, feeling, and bringing the attention back to the breath. If you find you're distracted, simply returning to the count of 1, back to 10, and then repeat back at 1. So now slowly bringing your awareness back to the body, feeling the weight of your body in the chair, or the feeling of the feet connected to the floor. Maybe the feeling of your instrument under your fingers, its texture. And then, when you're ready, you can blink the eyes open, and I wish you a wonderful day's practice.